Peace, family. It's Nina. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for all your patience. I know I've been gone for a while. Like I said in the last video, I was graduating and I just knew for I just knew for sure that after graduation, I was gonna be able to hit the ground running on everything else that I'm working on. And my brain cells was like, we going on vacation. So I've just been taking this time to decompress, spend time with the kids, and also applying for grad school. I'm going right back, right? So again, thank you guys so much for your patience. Thank you guys for the emails. I absolutely love the conversations that are going on in the emails. I definitely appreciate it. I love that you guys are reaching out. I love that you guys are trusting me with your personal, trauma and stuff. And it just means so much to me. I'm trying to fix this angle because I don't want y'all to think that my shirt is inappropriate. It's actually a very nice shirt. All right, so. But today we are discussing a very powerful method of healing trauma from the past. Today we are specifically talking about childhood trauma. This is a method that brought me amazing results in my growth and healing. This is an extremely beneficial method for anyone who has some serious mommy and daddy issues like I did, any type of abuse, abandonment, neglect from childhood. This is definitely going to help you in overcoming those things. So many of our childhood traumas, again, are stored in the subconscious mind, like we have discussed before, and we don't even realize it, and we don't realize how they contribute to our lives as adults. We think, oh, I just got an attitude problem. I just got anger management issues. I just don't trust nobody. And you think that's who you are, but it's not. It's a trauma response, okay? So also, like we discussed last time, the subconscious mind can be accessed and programmed in three ways, right? Trauma, symbols, and repetition. But there is another way. So there is a brainwave state known as theta brainwaves. And these brainwave states are just the frequency of the activity in your brain. And so there is alpha, beta, theta, gamma, and there's probably more. But theta brainwaves is a very slow and deep state. And in this state, your subconscious mind is wide open for programming, right? And this brainwave state can be accessed through meditation and trance, but also a child's brain is constantly in a state of theta brainwaves until about the age of 7 or 8. So a child's brain is constantly being programmed with their experiences, with the situations that they see and hear, and experience themselves. So, again, many times we grow up not knowing why we can't hold on to money, why we are insecure, why we struggle in relationships. And again, we think it's something wrong with us. We think we're just dysfunctional when that's not the case. A lot of times it comes from programming that we experienced growing up as a child, watching our parents complain about money, watching our parents have dysfunctional relationships, or even our parents putting us down, contributing to our insecurity as adults. So, with that being said, in order to access and overcome these thought patterns and beliefs, we have to go back in time and be our own parent. Okay. So, like all of these methods that I discuss and talk about, this is one that you are going to practice with your full attention, full focus, and energy, and also something that you're going to integrate into your daily life. None of this stuff is one and done type methods. Nothing that truly promotes growth and healing is. It is a lifestyle. It is a daily thing. But that doesn't mean that it's hard. That doesn't mean that it's something you don't want to do, because this is the lifestyle you want, right? You want growth. Do you want to be needing healing, needing to heal, or do you want to be actively healing? The choice is yours. So the practice is going to go like this. Again, no TV, no phone, no distractions. you are going to get in a meditative state. And I don't want y'all to be afraid or worried about the word meditation, because I keep hearing that, oh, meditation doesn't work for everybody. Meditation is too hard. I can't do it. And that's not the case at all, right? I mean, I'm sure when you first got your job, it was hard to learn. I'm sure, when you started school, that was hard. Just living is hard. Learning how to walk was hard. But did you give up? No, exactly. So don't give up on meditation. Don't be daunted by it. This is not about, and all that kind of stuff. Of course, that is a great meditation method, but don't think that, it's something unobtainable, because it absolutely is. All right. So another thing that we talked about is, visualization. It's not about actually seeing images. It's not about actually hearing things. It is about imagination, right? So let's do a quick little practice. If I tell you to imagine the inside of a McDonald's, you can imagine it, right? You see it. Even right now, like even when I just said it, inside of a McDonald's, you're getting images and thoughts in your mind, right? So now let's go in depth with it. Like really close your eyes and imagine the inside of a McDonald's. You can see it. You see the tables, you see the menu, you can hear orders being took, you can smell the fries, right? And so your stomach is either like, I want some fries, I want a high C, or your stomach is like, get me out of here. You're having a physical response to your imagination. How? Because again, the subconscious mind does not know the difference between the past and the future. It does not know the difference between the truth and a lie. If you tell yourself you're at McDonald's, you're going to see that McDonald's, right? Right. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to imagine us as children, and we are going to be the parent that we wanted at that time. We are going to be the adult, or, the friend that we needed at that time, right? All right. So in order to practice this method of self parenting, first thing you're going to do, of course, is get into a meditative state. No distraction, no phone, no TV, nothing. Just you and yourself, your child self, right? So, in order to get into a meditative state, all you need to do is just take 10 deep breaths in through your nose. Breathe deep. Breathe deep in to the bottom of your gut. Don't just breathe with your chest. Breathe deep into the bottom of your gut. Breathe out with your mouth. Do that 10 times, and there's no way you're not going to be more relaxed than you were when you started, right? So 10 deep breaths, 5 to 10 minutes of just relaxation, whatever you need to do to get to that point where your body and mind is calm, relaxed, and focused. That's what meditation is truly about. It's about focus, okay? So get into that meditative state. Once you are relaxed, you're going to imagine your child self. Whatever image comes to mind is the one that you need to go with. If you see, 6-year-old you in your bedroom, if you see 8-year-old you at the park, if you see 4-year-old you in a high chair, whatever you see, go with that image, go with that child. And you're going to approach that child, and you're going to interact with them. You're going to speak to them. Go to the child, just, start a conversation. Hey, what are you doing? And, the child's going to respond, oh, nothing. Well, you seem sad. What's going on? Well, I want to go outside, but mom never lets me. Whatever. Like, I know this is a little bit odd, but this is really the conversation you're going to have with yourself. And again, it's going to be different for you than anybody else. I'm just giving an example. Okay. So you have the conversation with yourself. What's wrong? Oh, I want to go outside. Okay. I'll take you outside. Really? Yeah. Okay, great. So take yourself to the park. Take yourself where you want to go. Right. And more than likely, that child is going to have more to say. Kids love to talk. So as you're doing whatever that child wants to do, it's going to bring something up, man, I'm really scared of so and so, or this happened to me, or, anything, whatever that child expresses to you, listen to them, help them. Do what you wish somebody would have done for you in that situation. Or better yet, watch them do what you wish you would have done. It's extremely powerful stuff, quite honestly, because again, if you see your child's self, because again, when we go through abuse, when we go through trauma as a child, we're helpless, right? That's the hardest part about it, is being helpless, especially when you suffer trauma from the people who are supposed to love and protect you. There is nowhere to run. There is nobody to ask for help. You can't fight back, you know? So that's the biggest problem with trauma, is oftentimes is our reaction to it. We couldn't help ourselves. We couldn't help our siblings. We couldn't help our mom or our dad, whatever they were going through. So if you can go back in time and watch that helpless child do what you wish you would have done, you are rewriting history, right? So this is why it's important to put your full attention, your full energy, and your full focus into this, okay? That is the main goal of this practice. Let your intuition speak for you. Let your intuition speak for your inner child. Don't try to force anything. Don't try to guide anything. Just let everything flow naturally. And let that intuition reveal what it is you're holding on to, or what it is you need to let go of, or what, at this stage, in this point in your life, what it is that you need to address. All right? Do it. Don't wait for nobody to do it for you. Don't look for anything outside of you to do it either. Like, no amount of candles, no amount of purses or sex or anything, drugs, money. You can have all the money in the world. You can have all the books in the world. You can have all the knowledge in the world. But if you don't put in that work addressing, the issues that you have, then it's still going to be there. So you have to apply this information, put in the work. That way, you can heal and release that damaged child that has you going through life now thinking it's cute to be toxic. It's cute to be reckless with your mouth. It's cute to be, defensive and angry and always ready to fight. Like, no, that's that little girl, that's that little boy inside of you who couldn't fight back as a child. And now they're trying to make up for it. So again, how do we access the subconscious mind? Trauma, symbols, and repetition, right? This practice is like a symbol. It's symbolic, right? It can also be a trauma too, because obviously we are time traveling, and that is a traumatic experience for anybody. But if you're not ready for that conversation, that's okay. But it is symbolic, right? Because it's not real or tangible. You're not actually sitting there with the child. It's a symbolic ceremony, right? So by symbolically communicating with yourself, you can access and reprogram the subconscious mind, because that's its language. Learn to speak the language of the subconscious mind all the time, every day, which again is trauma, symbols, and repetition. So that's why they talk a lot about affirmations. Repeating it over and over and over again is embedding it into the subconscious mind. When you have a symbol that means something to you and only you, that is being embedded into your subconscious mind. So that is going to be, the actual practice of self-parenting. You are going to meditate on childhood experiences, and you're going to go back and you're going to rewrite them. You're going to watch yourself rewrite them, or you're going to be the parent that you needed at that time. And by seeing that, by imagining that in a relaxed meditative state, you're rewriting that belief, that thought pattern, that experience in your subconscious mind. Now, as far as the daily practice, you need to be checking your thoughts constantly. You need to listen to that little voice in your head and ask, where does it come up with that stuff? And you will realize that a high majority of it is not true, is not valid. These are patterns that you developed from childhood. They come from childhood places, childish feelings, and see how many of those thoughts are not true. Like, damn, I'm broke as damn, I'm so ugly. I can't do nothing right. I can't get a break. It's always something, right? See how those thoughts are contributing to your frequency now as an adult. So I want you to spend the next few days just listening to that voice, pay attention to what it says, and most importantly, know that voice is not you. That is not you. That's not the real you. You don't have to believe it and you don't have to participate in it. A lot of it comes from your ego. And people say, oh, kill the ego, kill the ego. No, you need your ego. You need your ego. It is specifically to protect you. That's exactly what your ego is for. Don't kill it, but understand it, integrate it, appreciate it. Because even though some of the things that it says and does are not beneficial to you, the ego intention is to be protecting you from something. Something hurt you back then, and so now your ego is going to avoid it by any means necessary. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your protection. But I want you to be stronger. I want my ego to be stronger. I want my ego to be more positive. So pay attention to your thoughts, check them, rewrite them. Okay, so now many of you probably experience intrusive thoughts, which are basically evil, dark, ugly thoughts that seemingly come out of nowhere when like you just looking at yourself like, what was that? Like, why? So like an example is, you're just chilling, hanging out, and then you get a flashback of some horrible experience that you have tried to put out of your mind. Or a thought comes in like, what if all these people just die right now? Like some crazy stuff. I know it sounds wild, but it is more common than you think, and it's not anything wrong with you. It's just that little voice that I was talking about running out of dumb shit to do. Okay? This is a really good practice to rewrite any negative, repeating, false, self-limiting thoughts or beliefs, and transform them into positive, beneficial beliefs and frequencies, right? Super simple. So whenever a negative, ugly, or false belief or thought comes to mind, first of all, laugh at it, like literally laugh at it. Haha, you tried it, right? Then repeat a different, more positive, opposite thought or belief 3 times in a row or more if it feels good. And it more than likely will feel good. And that is accessing the subconscious mind through repetition, right? So, an example, you're just going through your day. Maybe you're having a bad day, you're feeling really emotional, and you just think to yourself, like, damn, I'm so weak. Once you realize that this is not a positive or beneficial thought and that it's not true, laugh at it and rewrite it. Say something like, man, I am so strong and resilient. I am so strong and resilient. I am so strong and resilient. And it feels good. So you're probably going to want to say it more times. You might even want to scream it. You might want to yell it. You might want to write it down. And that's powerful. It's very much powerful in the pen. So do whatever feels good and do it every time a thought like that comes to mind, that is not benefiting you or your health or raising your frequency. Turn it into something that is benefiting you, your health, and your frequency, right? So that is all very incredible, powerful stuff. Like I said, I experienced a dramatic transformation in my healing once I started implementing these practices. So I know that it will help you. I just hope that you put in the work, because that's the only way it's going to help you, is if you actually practice it, put in the work. Because honestly, when I first heard about it, I thought about it and I thought that was enough. I really did, like, oh yeah, I know now. But that's not the case. You have to actually put in the work, actually do it. And that's when you are going to experience the growth, right? So thank you guys so much. I probably have a lot more to say about this topic. So if you have any questions, any comments, leave them in the comments. Of course, you can email me, and I appreciate the emails so very much. I love the conversations that are going on in the emails. And, of course, if you feel like your situation is personal, you don't want to put it in the comments, email me. I am not going to look over any email. We will have a very thorough conversation and we will build a bond. And I want to see you win. So definitely email me, we see you win at gmail.com. All one word, all spelled properly. We see you win at gmail.com. Be your own parent, right? Just be your own parent. Don't wait on nobody else to do it for you. Don't hold your parents responsible for whatever happened. Don't dwell on that. Just do it yourself, right? All right. Thank you guys so much. I want to see you win.